Once, not so long ago, a neighbor was more of a brother or sister. A child belonged to the whole community. Tragedy in a particular home was a communal concern, and the community was held to be above the individual. Today, fences are getting higher, and the neighbor is a complete stranger. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Life Stories with me, your host Justine. Joining us is Mr. Tushabe Henry, the neighbor to Mr. Ochen's family. He's going to be telling us how he met these people and why he became so passionate about them. Find out about true neighborhood that we seem not to have lately, but we do need. How are you, Henry?
I'm fine. How are you? Yes, thanks for coming.
Thank you. How is your Sunday?
Sunday is good. It's good to see you around. Yeah.
I had to respond to your many calls.
We are very grateful about that.
Henry, how did you meet the family of Mr. and Mrs. Ochen?
Well, it happened when we happened to shift here recently. So when we came here, of course, you know, when you go to a new neighborhood, you try to look around what is there and what is not. So it so happened that I saw my neighbor Ochen was always lifted and put outside to get some sun. So I tried to inquire what is happening, what is he suffering from, and how long has this been like this? You know, it was so shocking to see somebody lying down almost every day, never sitting up, not even in a wheelchair. So I got concerned and I said, well, can something be done? Yes, we can do something, but this is where we stop, and maybe we may need some kind of support. So that is why I decided to make an outcry, public outcry, to see if there is anybody who can advise and help in one way or the other. Yeah, because it wouldn't have been good for me now to be a neighbor, to come here and leave everything as it is, you know. I know they try to do something, but I thought I would also try to add something in the ocean. Yeah, so that is why I decided to come to you people to see if you can try to, you know, make for us a public outcry if there's somebody out there who has information or ideas on what my neighbor is suffering from. It would be nice if this person came and advised and helped in one way or the other.
A simple act of concern by a neighbor can change a life or block catastrophe. Imagine a world where a neighbor's defense was a reality. How many calamities would be avoided? Henry, how come you got so passionate about them?
Well, first of all, they are my immediate neighbors, and I did not see really much being done on the patient. So if there was really something being done, you know, to see that he's getting much better, because I always see his daughter crying, you know, sometimes she wants to go out with the dad, but the dad cannot sit up. The dad can't even play with the daughter. So I got concerned, you know, I got concerned. Yeah.
Have you always been this close to your neighbors?
Well, it depends on where you reside, because some neighbors lock themselves in gates and you can't access them, but you see here we are all staying in the same, sharing the same compound, and so it was easier for me to really be close to them. And when I came here, they helped me a lot. The madam helped me a lot to settle down and advise me on ABC. So that is how I really came close to them and tried to find out what is going on in their life as well.
So do you think we still have that spirit in our neighborhoods today?
Well, not in many places. Not in many places. You see, as the world advances more and more, people tend to live in seclusion, you know. I was in Germany for a few months, and you would meet people on the street and you can't talk to them. They are there, you can't talk to them. You know, you mind your business. So this is where we are heading. As the world continues to advance, people want to live in their own environment, and that is not very good, because I heard of stories where in the developed world where you find people died, say 5 or 6 months ago in their houses, as people are bringing bills they find that there's nobody to pick them. The last bill they brought is still there, and then you wonder what is happening. Then only to find some skeleton in some chair, you know, because there's no neighbor, you know, there's not that kind of relationship, which is very important, you know. So that spirit is there, but in a few places, and in a few individuals. Yeah, because, you know...
What should people know about this kind of living? What should people know about good neighborhood spirit?
It's very important to really keep that neighborhood spirit. Because even in the Bible, you know, they used to ask Jesus that, who is my neighbor? Isn't that what they used to ask in the Bible? Who is your neighbor, you know?
What lesson do you think we can pick from his experience?
The lesson is quite very simple. That anytime anything can happen to anybody. Anytime anything can happen to anybody. It is only God who knows our destiny. It's only God who knows our future. So when we are still alive and well, let us learn to love, because I hear the greatest gift is love, isn't it? So if he was not a good neighbor, if he had a record for being a terrorist or some very bad person in society, nobody would come out to stand by him, you know. But because he was a good gentleman, that is why we are struggling to see that we pay him back for what he did, when he doesn't have to first die before we can do anything, you know.
We never choose who we are related to, and family is family for a purpose. God used a daughter to Robert's brother to make a difference in Robert's life.
Well, family is family. Whoever doesn't love his or her family, that means you really have no heart at all. Robert Ochen is my uncle. He's a brother to my father. I call him Dad. Sometimes I call him Chief because of his condition. You just carry him wherever you want to take him. Like when you're taking him to hospital, you've got to carry him. Be careful, it's a long journey. Like you wake up in the morning like I'll do tomorrow. If the appointment is for 9 o'clock, you have to start at 7 o'clock. Why? Anyone who does not know him cannot take him. Like I have to slant the chair of the car. You can't just carry him, go and put him like how you put a baby on a car chair. No, you have to slant it, because normally with his condition, he sleeps whole day, whole month, whole year. So you can't just get him up like that and put him on the chair, because of the flow of his blood is not like how mine and yours flows. So you have to go slant the chair. He lies down there before you set off. First have to give him a rest like for 20 minutes. Then you can start driving wherever you're taking him, hospital, church. Reaching there, carrying him is also another thing. You have to take care of the neck. You don't just carry him like any luggage. It's really a long thing. It's a big thing. It needs a lot of love, dedication, affection. Each time we do it, each time I do it, I really feel bad. I don't love him in that condition, but I have hope something can still be done. We always pray for him, and I know it will be okay.
As Rose shares the different moments of her life with the family and Robert after the horrific accident, I can only imagine what she has had to endure for 7 years.
How do you get the heart to stay and be this strong the way you are and be this positive?
I also don't know that. But what I know, it's God who is using me. Because it's not easy, really. It's not easy. I also wonder sometimes, where do I get the courage? Where do I get the strength? But it's God using me. And I praise him for that.
All right, Rose. So what What lesson do you want people to pick from you especially? What lesson do you want people to pick from these mothers out there, families, friends?
To allow God to use them, not to harden their heart, to hear God's voice and they follow Him.
I just want to know, how can we make this easier for you?
Yeah, if I can get someone to help me on rent, that person will really help much. Will really take one of the burdens that I'm carrying on my head.
Okay, Rose. All right.
Robert Ochen did survive the accident, but his spine did not. Robert is strong because he thinks about the reason he survived more than the accident. Rose has chosen to get back to life because she lives with faith and not fear. This pain has not been deafening, but has been awakening to Rose and Robert that God is in control. It is not a mistake that they live on. In life, no matter the condition, people are strengthened when they make the pact to move on.
That was it on Life Stories today. I'm Justine, your host. Thank you so much for watching Life Stories. From Robert's story, from Rose's story, from what Henry did, we understand the use of resourceful neighborhoods. We know that a neighbor, a simple, kind act of a neighbor can change a life. If you want to help this family, thank you so much. I urge everybody to come around and give Rose a hand, to come around and give Mr. Ochen Robert's family a hand. Robert has been in this situation for a long time. 7 years he's been like this. But from what you heard from him and his wife and the medical reports, something can still be done. So come around and help these people. You can call the numbers below or come to NTV Kampala Serena Hotel, and we shall guide you on how to help them. Rose has inspired me so much, and I know she has done the same thing to you. Let us learn to stick with people even during times of adversity. Friends, families, wives, husbands, always remember to treasure people even when adversity has come around, because no situation is permanent, and today it's somebody else, tomorrow it could be you. So learn to love and learn to be there even during the times when things are not fine. You take good care, pray for your loved ones, because life can change any second. Take care of life, because life is precious.